Big news for many WordPress website owners. WordPress has just banned access to 2 WordPress-reliant hosting companies and all their users. So that is WP Engine and also now Flywheel as well. What should you do about it if you're using these hosting companies, and what are your options? Well, I'm going to talk about that in this video. So I'll be first to admit that I missed most of the WordPress drama that's been happening between WordPress.com CEO and one hosting provider, WP Engine, up until recently, when things stepped up to a whole new level and became very public and affecting end users of the hosting companies, so WordPress site owners. Matt Mullenweg, the CEO of Automatic, that's the company behind WordPress.com, says he's been asking WP Engine for a long time, and they happen to be worth $500 million per year, to contribute more time or profit back into WordPress, seeing as it's open source. WP Engine relies heavily on WordPress resources, plugins, and security features in order to operate. But so far, apparently, they've refused to engage, and he also takes issue with trademark infringements he says have existed on their site for some time, such as naming one of their core hosting packages as Core WordPress. He even claims in a blog post that was published this week that even his mother believes that WP Engine, or did believe, belongs to WordPress or is part of WordPress because it sounds so official with the use of WP. This week, Matt even used the WordCamp US conference stage, where WP Engine were a sponsor, to talk out about his dislike of WP Engine. And this made many people quite worried about what was to come. Then he published several blog posts this week, saying that his mother confused the company as being part of WordPress, saying that WP Engine were like a cancer to WordPress. And then more recently, he has now banned WP Engine from accessing WordPress, and also Flywheel as well, putting all users of the hosting service in a difficult position. So if you're using WP Engine or Flywheel and you're having issues, what does this mean for you? Well, at the moment, access to plugins and updates seems to be affected and inaccessible to either all users or the majority of users. Both companies are working hard to fix this, but it's designed to be an expensive problem and one that is hard to solve without a lot of cost. So, depending on your stance towards WordPress and this decision that's been made, which a lot of people are finding sort of quite petty to affect end users in this way of these hosting providers who've done nothing wrong, but also what you think about the whole WP Engine situation and blocking of essential features, you may be deciding whether or not you think you want to stick with these hosting providers or move elsewhere. My personal feeling as a web designer and occasional hosting provider would be to probably move my business elsewhere if my site is being very detrimentally affected, because I wouldn't know how long this situation is set to go on for. And it would also depend a lot on my previous customer satisfaction and if I could move elsewhere and have a good experience. So there are many other hosting providers you could move to, and I'd be happy to give you any help with that if you would like it, and recommendations. Alternatively, if you're feeling that WordPress is no longer for you because of this, and you have strong views against WordPress, like many people do, then there are also many other solutions that are non-WordPress, which I could recommend to you as a solution for you. So hopefully this situation will resolve one way or another quite quickly without end users being affected too much more by this.